Welcome to Asador 44, one of a handful of restaurants in Cardiff that has been recognized by the Michelin Guide. Not quite there to receive a star, but good enough for the Michelin Guide to recommend. We've wanted to give it a try for a long time and finally had the chance today. So, is the Michelin Guide right? Is Asador 44 worth it? Let's take a look. For those of you who are new to the channel, I post videos about food on a regular basis with a focus on restaurants, food festivals, and more, so if this sounds like your thing, please consider subscribing to my channel for more. Without further ado, let's get into it. We came here for Saturday lunch and ordered off their a la carte menu. If you come at another time, they also have a Sunday menu, set lunch, and also some occasional specials. First up are their snacks. The portion sizes are for two, but you can pay extra to increase your portion sizes for more people, which is what we did here for three. We have their charred sourdough here, which comes with sobrasada butter or olive oil to dip. The sourdough was good, with a deep flavor and paired well with the sobrasada butter. You can think of sobrasada as like a soft and spreadable chorizo. The flavor profile is very much the same with a strong paprika taste. The other snack we tried was their prawn bis croqueta with charcoal mayo. This was the highlight for me and a dish that I definitely recommend if you like prawns. I've never had anything like this before. The inside is a very creamy prawn mixture that paired well with the crunchiness of the fried outside. The outside, despite the look, doesn't taste much different from the breading of any other croquette, so don't be put off by the black color. For our mains, we tried two of their specials that were on that cannot be found on the regular menu, but are two of my favorite dishes in general, so I just had to get them. First up is suckling pig shoulder. Disclaimer, if you've never tried suckling pig before, it is not cheap. This dish here at Asador 44 came at £90 for instance, and is definitely a once in a while dish. However, suckling pig is well worth a try at least once if you've never had it before and you're a fan of pork. The crispy skin is the best crackling you'll ever have, as it is not at all dense and chewy like normal pork crackling. The meat itself is melt in your mouth tender and paired very well with the accompanying gravy that tasted like it had a hint of red wine. Can you taste the difference between suckling pig and normal pork? Unfortunately, absolutely. However, I will be honest and say that Asador 44's preparation of the pig was not my favorite variation of the dish that I've had. Maybe it was the cut being limited to just the shoulder, but it is still very hard to go wrong with such a naturally juicy and tender meat, so it was still very tasty. The next special was their lamb shank, which came with some roasted potatoes, peppers, and a lamb gravy. Really tender and beautifully cooked. Lamb shank is definitely one of my favorite dishes and is always a showstopper. Finally, our last main was the one that we were really looking forward to, as Asador 44 is meant to be known for their steak cooked over fire. We went for their 40-day dry-aged sirloin, bone-in, cooked medium rare. This was 600 grams and is served with just a bit of salt for you to taste the meat itself. This was £69 total, so it did not come cheap at all. The steak definitely had a strong beefy flavor, which made sense considering that their meat is sourced from ex-dairy cows that are 7 to 10 years old and have enjoyed a long life. I would say that it was a little bit too tough and chewy for me though. I was hoping for something a little bit more tender. My favorite steak in Cardiff so far is definitely still going to be pasture, I'm afraid. We went with two of their sides, which were their olive oil fries and also grilled leeks, which came with romesco, which is a sauce made from tomatoes and roasted peppers, and a paprika crumb. I definitely enjoyed their leeks, very juicy and well worth it. Okay, so my final verdict is this. Would I recommend Asador 44? Yes, the food was cooked well and I'm definitely obsessed now with those prawn croquetas. However, If you were like me and got a bit hyped up when you saw that this is a Michelin recommended restaurant, you might end up being disappointed. Although everything was tasty, there was not much here that stood out from other versions of their dishes I've tried, and that also includes other restaurants nearby in Wales. Regardless, this is going to be the first video of a series where I eat my way through all of the Michelin recommended restaurants in Cardiff. I'm really excited for that one. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I post videos about food on a regular basis that you won't want to miss. Until next time.